Hello everyone, we're heading into our third match here with Curryvore's blue-white mid-range list. We are currently 2-0, so let's see if we can keep going here. See how we can do. So, alright, we have lands, we have some early game interaction, and we have some cards here to help us bridge the gap. If we're against any type of creature-based strategy, I feel like this is a decent hand. If we're going to be up against some sort of combo or something like that, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, looks like our opponent went to 6, so we're just going to lead on the Colonnade and pass the turn. Okay, looks like we might be in for the mirror here. So I think, still not sure what we're up against here, but I think we're just going to pass. If it is another blue-white deck, then we kind of have all the time in the world. But if it's like spirits or something, okay. So Field of Ruin, that definitely indicates some form of control, I guess, here. So now, do we want to get a Hallowed Fountain? Sure, we'll get a Hallowed Fountain here. And if they want to get us with their Field of Ruin, we'll transform that into an island or something. So let's see. Play out of Plains, and I think we're just going to play out a Wall of Omens. See what our opponent wants to do. Looks like they have something to say about this. Surprises me a little bit, but alright, so Spell Snare. Search for Azcanta. Okay, can't do anything about that. So our opponent looks like they might be representing a path to exile here, but we just kind of have to start moving, I think. We play a decent number of threats and things, but our opponent definitely has plenty of interaction in their deck. Okay, Vendilion Clique to the bottom. Or to the graveyard, rather. That's what they got here. Timely. Alright. Can't do anything about that. So do I want to trade the Finks for some tokens? I don't think so. So let's just get down a wall here. Okay, into an opt. So since we didn't make a land drop this turn, I think I'm going to use the opt right now. And that looks alright to me. Play out a Colonnade, and let's see. Yeah, I really don't know how I want to play this Finks. I think we're just going to hang back here. I would really like to get this Search for Azcanta off the table. Okay, we're going to field our field. So we'll go ahead and grab an island. Opponent looks like they're debating an attack, but decides against it, probably for the best. So let's see, what's our plan here? I think I'm not going to start pathing their soldiers, but I think maybe we do have to start grinding through here a little bit. So I guess we're going to attack. Or else the Sphinx is just going to hang around until it gets swept up in a wrath. Okay, so we're going to go for the kill here. We can always draw a Resto Angel to reset this guy. Start getting in for some more damage. For now, we're just going to pass, leave Cryptic Command up, so we're really going to need to keep a Jace and Teferi off the table. Those are the cards that we're going to have a really, really rough time beating. Okay, so they do have a live Azcanta now. Someone suspends an Ancestral. So it looks like they're playing the deck that I almost played. Could snap Opt, but I don't think that's going to do anything for us right now, so... Okay, opponent seems to be having a lack of luck. So now, do we want to play out the Cavern of Souls? That'll probably definitely tip our hand. Or do we want to just hold on to it for a little bit? I don't like the idea of missing a land drop, but on the other hand, I guess we'll just play it and name Wizard. So it'll telegraph a bit about what we're up to here. Could potentially fire up a Colonnade here, but I think I just want to keep this Cryptic Command up. Or maybe I want to... Alright, maybe I should think about snapping in the Snapcaster Mage on one of these end of turns. And it's just starting to get some damage on our opponent. So I'm not sure if we win a long game here. We'll take this opportunity to get rid of their Azcanta. Okay. Really don't like the idea of still just hanging back, but I also really hesitant to Alright. So we'll clear the Finks. I don't think the life gain isn't gonna be that relevant here. Actually, you know what? I keep changing my mind with that. Maybe we'll just keep it around for a little bit. I want to see if I can maybe get a land out of the deal. At the very least, if I can draw into the resto and play it, they might be hard pressed. Although this Ancestral's ticking down as well. Guess I've got a little bit of indecision paralysis here in this match. I typically enjoy the blue-white mirrors, but I'm feeling a little burnt out right now for some reason. So, alright, see if we can start translating some ops into cards here. Don't want that. Okay. So we'll snap an opt here. Cryptic? Sure. I think that's a good card in this matchup. Alright, so we're going to attack both of these critters. And it's very possible that our opponent has removal for both of these. But we just have to start doing something, so. And we really don't want to give our opponent any lands here. So we'll play this tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent has a snap something here. Looks like they're going to snap opt or something like that. I kind of like keeping the ground clear, but if they untap and slam Jace or Teferi, it's pretty bad for us, especially since I didn't shock the Hallowed Fountain. It's got 2 time counters on it yet. So we're safe from the visions for another turn here. The settles are not looking too great. I think we need to start colonnading them. I mean, again, they have to have a bunch of paths in hand, but they don't have a, well, I also think, let's see, we can't really fight over that Ancestral Vision. I mean, we have 1 Cryptic Command, but I feel like maybe we're throwing it away. But I feel like, maybe we need to at least try, so get in there with Tygo again. I feel like this matchup gets a lot better for us after Sideboard. We can get rid of a lot of this dead removal. So I guess we try and Cryptic this, but if we don't, so they're going to go up to 9 cards, and they're going to draw a card, and then they're going to have to start discarding. We can just counter whatever they try and play. Alright. So they got to make their land drop. So instead, I'm not going to do anything. Let's see what they discard here. Detention Sphere, Oust. Alright, so the Clique is nice. If we fire up Colonnade, we should be able to keep up Cryptic, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and white. And again, I'm fully expecting this to get removed, but I don't know. We just gotta. Okay, so they let us attack, so we could theoretically Cryptic their path here. I guess we'll let it resolve. Now they're going to have paths and snap paths and all those kind of things, so this is gonna be quite the game. Do need to pick up the pace of play a little bit. Okay, so I got a Ghost Quarter. Alright, and there's the Teferi, which we knew they were going to be able to play. Okay, so in response to them untapping lands, I guess play this Vendilion Clique. And I'm going to click myself here to get rid of one of these settles. Detention Sphere would be a nice draw. Get rid of this Teferi. What's going on here? Sorry about that. I got lost in these triggers. Put a card on the bottom. This one. Perfect. So it looks like we're going to be able to Potentially Detention Sphere there, Teferi. And keep fighting on, I guess. Alright. Also fully expected that to get removed as well. So, let's play out our Field of Ruin. See if we can get this to resolve. Fortunately, I think we have to fight over this if they logic not. Okay, they do not. Because we just cannot beat that card with our board. We've not drawn a lot of threats this game. And we're obviously not going to activate our Colonnade in the face of a Ghost Quarter. So again, I think they're on pretty much a carbon copy of the list that I've been playing for a little bit here. I guess we'll just field them right now. Well, gives them more mana on our turn, whatever. We are out of basics, however, so okay, maybe that was an argument not to field them until we absolutely needed to. So, Spell Snare is nice. Our opponent just has so many cards here to stop us from doing what we're doing. They are up one card in library. I don't see a reason not to counter that, I guess. Looks like they're trying to set up a Terminus. Maybe it would have been better to save the Spell Snare to use in conjunction with the Cryptic Command to fight over their next Planeswalker. Because I think as soon as a Jace hits a table or another Teferi, I think we're done here. I just don't think we can win from there. Alright, another Colonnade. Opponent passes. Find an opt. So we'll just keep rocking in here with this Snapcaster Mage. We'll try to go the distance, and then we'll go ahead and opt on our opponent's end step. See if we can find some interaction here. Not the kind of interaction I'm looking for. Looking for like a negate. Kitchen Finks. Okay. Alright, so there's some cards that do some things, but we can only imagine that they have access to Terminus and probably a Supreme Verdict, so I can't justify committing anything else to the board right this second. Yep, so there's the Terminus. And Vendilion Clique can take that out of our opponent's hand if we had one, so I think we're just going to let him put our cards on the bottom here. So say any order. Then at the end of turn, I think we're going to go for the Restoration Angel. Alright, so we're going to have to do this. Which is definitely going to get countered back. There's no way our opponent doesn't have something else in hand for this. If it's anything other than Mana Leak, he's just going to get us. Looks like it's a Logic Knot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Our opponent has delved the proper number. And they have put cards back onto the bottom of our deck now, so that is relevant. So we're going to go for the Restoration Angel. See if we can take out the Jace. Alright, Resto resolves and gets pathed. Okay. Can't do anything about that. Vendilion Clique, okay. So let's go ahead and play a Kitchen Finks. Resolves. Unfortunately, they have the Ghost Quarter holding back our Colonnade, so we won't have access to that. Okay, and there's the Terminus. So on our opponent's end step, we'll go ahead and flash in the Clique. Try and knock out this Jace. Although once again, it is very possible that they have another one in hand. Now, whether I want to look at my hand or my opponent's hand, I think I want to get rid of the Settle the Wreckage. Opponent might have a counterspell here. Except it can't be countered because we have Cavern of Souls. Definitely not used to playing with that card. So once again, we're going to click ourselves. I need to get rid of this Settle. And I guess we draw another Settle. Looks like they have, okay, Cryptic. So tread water here. Once again, no point in gearing up the Celestial Colonnade, so we're just going to have to pass the turn. And I think for right now, once again, we're going to stick with just committing one threat at a time and forcing them to deal with just one threat at a time, because I don't think we can afford to get 2 for 1 at this point in the game. Opponent is churning through what is left of their deck, and so at this point, our Colonnade is just never gonna make it. We do need to find a Field of Ruin of our own, however. So okay, there's the Supreme Verdict. 2, 3, 4. They do have plenty of lands with which they can activate their own Colonnade, but we're going to flash out a Resto here, and if they try and block, we will get them with the path, hopefully. Okay, so they Field of Ruin our Colonnade. Nothing left to search. Do still have 2 Colonnades left in the deck, I believe. I'm just going to opt. If they opt into a Terminus, we're just going to have to keep spinning the wheels, I guess. So once again, this goes to the bottom of our deck. I think there's a chance our opponent might not be able to finish us before they draw through their deck by the looks of things. They've been able to protect this Jace incredibly well. Second Teferi. So once again, for what it's worth, in response here, I guess we'll flash in a Restoration Angel. I think all of our Angels are still in our deck. Our opponent found a counterspell. Out for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're definitely down one angel now. If we don't draw a logic knot, or sorry, a detention sphere here, we might just have to pack it in, because we are not going to be able to beat these two. So there's a Finks, but I think we're just, well, there's this part of me that feels like they just got to run out of stuff to do at some point, right? But so I guess we'll just go to the bitter end here. Okay. So our opponent untapped 2 of our lands. So that's very kind of him or her. But yeah, it's time to pack it in. So I think what we're gonna do here is bring in this counter magic, and this guy seems really good. Kind of feel like trying out. Okay, so Wall of Omens doesn't do much of anything. This is not good. This is also probably not good. Cut a couple path. So let's bring in our angels. Actually, you know what? Interested to try out these Gearhulks. So we're gonna bring them in. I'm also gonna get rid of the mana leak. Bring in the Baneslayer Angel. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here with this. Just gonna try and overload their removal, and shuffle over the finish line however we can, I guess. Anytime I'm in the blue-white mirror specifically, I feel like my mind just like bogs way down, and I get stuck, making certain decisions, and kind of overthink things sometimes. But well, we have a long time, so sure, we'll just keep this hand and see what we can do with it. So like I said, I think the plan is just to keep pounding our opponent's answers with whatever we can dig out of our deck. So just keep moving here, trying to save our clock as much as we can, because that might also become relevant. It sucks being down a game, but I just don't think that there's any point to playing out that last game just kind of as it was going there. We're gonna try and think about our counter magic here, how we wanna use it. Okay, one of our couple paths. So this does allow them to. Okay. Surgical extraction on our opt. Now that's a very strange play to me. I guess we'll also hammer his Colonnade right here, just to get it out of the way. Assuming they don't play anything that I need to respond to. Okay, so they knew about this negate. Hold on. Nope, that'll allow them to respond. We don't want to do that. Can't let them get on the board with that, or we will have a very, very hard time. Okay, we drew our other path, so not ideal. So once again, we'll go for the Field of Ruin on the Colonnade here. Thinking about something. What if they bring in like Settle the Wreckage, or sorry, not Settle the Wreckage, Secure the Wastes, or anything like that? Because as far as I can tell, he appears to be playing a deck that's almost identical to the Luis Salvato deck that I'd been playing. Okay, so we'll get an island. Not sure why he would Ghost Quarter me in response to that. Okay, Stroke's a nice pickup. We just need to hit lands. We're kind of getting buried here. Oof. Yeah, not a good spot to be. We need a land drop right now. Oh boy. So now looks like it's our turn to get stuck here. And I wonder if this is just how things go when oh my gosh. I wonder if this is just kind of how things go when you cut the walls out of the deck, but I can't. There's no way I can justify keeping them in this matchup, right? It just seems absurd. So now, even when we do manage to grab our 5th land here, not going to be able to do much with it. They're going to snap onto our negate. That's actually kind of bad for us. I feel like we would have stood a decent chance here if we could have hit some lands. Okay, so there's a land. But I'm not going to just jam one of our 5-drops into their counter magic here. That just doesn't seem to make sense to me. But at least we're catching back up on lands here a bit. Man. Hallowed Fountain. It's interesting. I feel like I just want to throw this Cryptic Command away, just because I really want to make sure we hit a land drop here, and I don't think we're gonna find room to cast this anytime soon. If they can sneak a walker through, we have the Detention Sphere to sweep it up, but we have to start fighting through our opponent's stuff here. So I guess I probably should have kept the Dispel up. Yeah, now we're getting punished. I'm gonna take a chance. Try out the Baneslayer. Oh, alright, so it sticks. I'm sure they're going to path it, but we will pick up a land off of that, so it's not a total loss. We've got one counter left on that. Can't really fight over it with the cards we have in hand. Our opponent has a pretty full hand anyway. Alright, so we'll play the field, get in with the Baneslayer. Doubt we'll get to connect, but we gotta just keep going. I mean, we have a double Dispel, so. Alright. Okay, there's the path. We'll burn one Dispel on that, at least make them commit another resource. We can get a land out of the deal. So again, unfortunately, we won't be able to fight over this. We just don't have the requisite cards for that. Okay, so I guess our opponent's going to sit on their removal or whatever it is that they have. I think our new plan might be to try and play the clock game a little bit. It doesn't feel right, but if we can keep moving, I think we might be in good shape. Opponent's down to 5. They go for another path, Snapcaster. Okay, so we can't interact with that. But we will try for the Dispel here. I know it's very easy, very likely even that they could have Terminus, they could have Disdainful Stroke. Alright, so we've got the Negate. Can't do anything about that. So we'll take our consolary prize here. Okay. So the only form of interaction we can interact with as of right now, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I guess we're going to go for the Lyra. So we have Snap Dispel, Snap Snare, or Disdainful Stroke, depending on how our opponent decides they want to try and deal with this. Okay. So for now, it's in. Again, our plan is to basically just sneak over the line here, and get to where we need to go. We're not trying to get fancy. So we're going to return their Snapcaster Mage to hand and draw a card. Is that what this is? So So if I snap Dispel that, what happens? If they play a Planeswalker, I think we just lose. There's Jason Teferi are just so strong. I think that we just need to keep them off the table, and if we can't, then that's just gonna be it. So Jason Teferi, they're both bad, but all right. I know what I just said, but okay. Alright, so there's a resto. So I think what the plan is, this turn is going to be just to Restoration Angel on end step. We know that they have the Snapcaster in hand though, so that snap path on our resto is going to be kind of awkward. But I feel like we just got to get through it. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. Ooh, that seems interesting. So let's attack, force them to do their Snapcaster thing. Maybe they just take it here? Ooh, okay. So I guess they'll snap path at the end of our turn. So then we're going to go for the Teferi. Telling time. Okay. On their end step, we'll go for the Teferi, I guess. So I'm sure they just set up a nice terminus for themselves. There's the path. Okay, we'll get our last island. So now our Field of Ruins are strictly on kill Colonnade duty, I guess. Opponent still has so many cards in hand, though. We are at 28, though. Timely reinforcements. That's super annoying. I guess they don't get blockers. Alright. It's Cryptic. We can respond. Oh boy. How many paths have our opponent gone through? Quite a few. So I guess we untap. Yeah, I'll play a Finks. Like I said, I guess the game plan is just to keep drawing threats, keep asking questions, make them have it. Oh, baby. Can't be countered. Flying hexproof. Can't be countered. Okay. So there's Snapcaster Mage, so we can no longer counter any of their things and no longer interact with any of their things. So what do we do here? I guess we just jam. so I never cast this card before, so hopefully I don't mess it up. Done. Okay, so he chose wisely. And if we get to untap with these creatures, we're just going to jam with both. Yes, I know that the Gearhulk will go away, but I think that's kind of all we got at this point. Okay, no attacks from our opponent. Again, just got to run our opponent out of resources. All we got to do is stumble across the finish line. Goes to the block on the Finks and a path on our Gearhulk, I guess. No, takes the 3. Alright, trying to curb my enthusiasm here. Alright. So now Colonnade is a live draw. Sorry, my commentary is kind of wound down here a little bit. Like I said, this match here is kind of grinding me out. Yeah, we're just gonna take it. I assume they have a sweeper here, but not much we can do about that. Is it instants and sorceries? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna flash in the snap. We're gonna do it. We gotta get there, one way or another. Opponent's delving. Nope. Player Mystic Gate. So Vendilion Clique would be a great draw. Guess probably should have held the Snapcaster. Oh, there's the Clique. Right on time. So again, super clumsy card here, but okay, opponent's going for it. They got another Teferi. Yep. Did they draw a counterspell? Okay, search for his counter. Yep. Not sure whether this is the right time to do this or whether you're supposed to wait until they untap their lands. I don't know. See what they got going on over here. Looks like they have a path. Whew, the last path. There it goes. A Dispel. No, you can have that. We are not going to win this game. Okay, and then there's the Negate. Yep. So opponent still has to win. And a Jace. Alright, yep, I know they have the Dispel, but we're just going to get it out of their hand, I guess. Cannot believe we have not drawn a Colonnade this whole time. That has been very, very disappointing. Guess we should field there as Kanta, huh? Okay, so we'll shuffle away the Jace Brainstorm there. And again, this guy will never ever do anything, but it's a giant logic knot here. Nope. Okay, Cryptic Command. So I guess our plan is to bounce the Jace. Or at least attempt to. And I guess I should be turn to opponent into its owner's hand, draw a card. Imagine they have a counter for this, considering this is their win condition. Alright. Well, there we go. So that was a slog. That was a slog for sure. Definitely is a matchup where I'm gonna have to get more experience with. I felt like I would have had more agency if I was playing the pretty much the same. If it would have been the true mirror, the control on control mirror versus the control on mid-range mirror. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like this. I would have been able to maybe maneuver a little better against our opponent with that deck. But not a big fan of the clock win. But I guess we'll take it. So, alright, well, thanks for watching, guys, and we are currently 3-0 here in this modern friendly league, so let's stay tuned and see how we can wrap things up.